end of February, and the carnival season is approaching here where I live. I feel kind of weird. Generally, I'm not feeling too good right now. I'm feeling kind of down and low-key anxious. I'm really learning to, find comfort in that as much as I can, not to get into a vicious cycle, because I know these phases and they come and go. I know it's not good for me to, watch too much news or to doom scroll and stuff like that. I know all that, but it's kind of hard, and sometimes I'm really struggling to maintain sort of my purpose in what I'm doing here. Sometimes I'm really struggling to justify that towards myself, especially because I'm thinking there's just so much going on in my personal life and in the world, and I really need to get serious. I don't know, there's just a lot of sort of inner conflict, I would say, because one part in me is saying it's just so important to express myself creatively and to maintain that space for myself, because I just notice it's so important for my inner healing, for my mental health. And on the other hand, there's this other part that says you just have to provide more for yourself. You have to, become serious. I mean, you're 42. What are you doing? All these thoughts, everything is just getting more real, because some of you know my family situation. It's just, a lot of things that I'm trying to navigate right now. But, the part of me that is wanting to express itself, it always wins in the end. That's always been the case in my life since I can think. Right now I just maybe found a middle ground, because now I'm not a freelancer anymore. So that takes away a little bit of the pressure that I felt in the past. Sometimes I just feel there's been a lot of failure, or like there's a part in me that is very not self-critical but self-judgmental, and that just says, oh my God, you just had so many opportunities and you failed at so many of them during your life, and now is maybe the time to become really serious and just focus on survival, yada yada yada. So it's just this definition of failure. You didn't succeed at this and that project or this and that endeavor in your life. But also this other part in me knows it's just a question of perspective, because everything is just connected together and everything is a journey and brought me to where I am right now. Because actually, I kind of feel that I have found my purpose more. I kind of feel that I'm working in a field where I'm able to help and to inspire people. And also this channel, I always see it like as a spiritual practice and as a very important kind of thing in my life anyway. So today I will go to work a little bit later. And let's just see what this day brings and what this week brings, the last days of February. Right now I'm just overwhelmed. If I would show you, maybe I will show you my apartment after my son's birthday, how it looks like right now. It's just disheartening. This thing here, I just covered it because I think it's kind of ugly, but it's fun. It's this boxing sack which you can punch and then it flips back. And especially the kitchen looks fun. Still have leftovers from the cake.
Jetzt denke ich mir was aus.
And now the sun is coming out. I just love the sun. So when the sun is coming out, it just lifts my mood instantly. And when it is going away, like now, my mood drops immediately. Also on Sunday we had elections, so I went there together with my son. Since he can't read yet, he could come with me into the little cabin so I could make my 2 crosses. And that day was kind of really like you could almost feel spring coming, because it was, I think, like I don't know, around 14 degrees, and you could really smell the air. It smelled differently. It smelled like spring already. You could hear certain birds, it's like very subtle. And like I had very mixed emotions that day. I was feeling kind of anxious, and so I didn't sleep that well, and then at the same time I felt like, oh my God, there was this just feeling of hope also emerging within me. And what is always difficult, if that gets crushed, like just talking about the weather, you can also take it as an analogy, but you feel like, oh my God, there is like, now spring is coming, and you just can see like the little, oh my God, there's the pigeons again. Just look at that. Can you see them? Just have to knock at the window. Just wait. Okay. Now they're gone. God. Having that first taste of spring, and then the next moment it just gets very cold and very rainy again, and then you notice, no, it's not there yet. There's just still a long way to go. But in these phases we really have to remind ourselves that spring is coming, and there is a light at the end of the tunnel. That's just what I want to say. So I sometimes read this book for motivation. It's called Daily Rituals, Women at Work. You have Patti Smith, you have Frida Kahlo, Nina Simone, Virginia Woolf, and so on and so on. And yeah, there's just something very soothing and inspiring. Today, we have vlogs and video diaries, and I personally really enjoy watching them because there's just like a hidden magic about everyday life. And lots of the daily routines and rituals we don't remember, or we might not remember, but they're like kind of the molecules or the fascia of our life, and they are just what holds everything together. And the more kind of we find inspiration in them and we draw energy through them, I think the more our soul and our body gets strengthened. So I think it's really important and beautiful. The actual meaning of repetition, the word repetition, is to go back or to seek again. And I think as we get older, life itself seems to be more made of repetitions, sort of, opportunities taken, opportunities missed. And at times we look back and we feel as though we have failed, that certain doors have closed forever. And I think repetition, routines and rituals, they teach us that nothing is ever truly final, and the patterns of our lives loop back in unexpected ways, and they offer us versions of old choices and also new ways to try again. Look at what my colleague gave to me. Matcha chocolate with a little note that says "Schön, dass es dich gibt," which means, glad that you exist. And I'm so happy. It's the perfect present today. And I will eat it after I ate my lunch. So now I will try this matcha chocolate. Let's see. That's really good. That's actually something I could get addicted to. But it's so good. With the cookie inside, really crispy. I mean, the body itself is built from repetition. Cells dividing, muscles remembering movement, breath rising and falling. And yet, within this ongoing cycle, no moment is ever exactly the same. And even failure repeated, it transforms us and makes us grow. I just think ultimately it's all about vibration and rhythm, and it's our choice whether we want to vibe with the rhythm of our everyday life or if we just perceive it as monotony. Helen Frankenthaler, for example, she worked in fits and starts, periods of fertile activity, followed by stretches of labored, unsatisfactory painting or nothing at all. I tend to focus on a body of work intensely and one day put down the brush and feel emptied out, she said. I realize that I need to shift gears before I can paint again. A small break could be refreshing, Frankenthaler said, but a long one was frightening. I know that feeling. I will often go back to painting after a break and panic and not know where I left off. I seem to start at day one again. I sit around and sharpen pencils, make phone calls, eat handfuls of pistachios, take a swim. I feel I should, must, will paint. It is agony. It is boredom. I become impatient and angry with myself until I reach a point of feeling I must start. Make a mark. Just make a mark. And then, hopefully, I will slowly get into a new phase of work.